Hi, I'm Paul Brodie. We are in the shop, Mitch behind the cameras. I'm looking at two of them. And thanks for being here with us. We're going to work on a brake light switch mount for the AERMACCHI. It's the red AERMACCHI. It's over here. I got the new ignition system on it. No spark. What the heck? I looked at it. I was pretty careful when I hooked up all the wiring. I've got a friend, Peter. He's been a mechanic in bike shops his whole life. He came over. He couldn't see what I did wrong. I got another friend coming around. This is when I call all my friends, so it's good to have people who know about electrics. So we're going to work on this today. It's a switch. I got it off a friend, Robert. And got a horn on the bike too. So we're going to go over to the bike and I'll show you what's involved. I don't have a drawing, but I have a piece of cardboard. And we're going to make a mount. I've got aluminum, got a little larger piece here. It's 2024, and this is 6061. This one's a little heavier, but it's strong because it's aircraft grade. I think we're going to use this one because it comes up at an angle. So let's go over there. I'm taking off the mount here that holds the muffler, and I'm going to make a new piece that also holds the muffler and the brake light switch. Here's the brake light switch, and it's going to go something like that because I think we're going to attach it right here. See that hole? It's going to go something like that. And I think it should be, well, I was thinking it should be at the same angle as the brake rod, but it's going to be really high. Anyway, let's see what happens here. I'll make that, yeah, that goes way, way high. If not, then it's got to be level. So anyway, we'll start with a piece of cardboard, see what happens. So that's the mount right there. I'll just mark which is the top so I know. It's like that, and then this has to come way up if we're going to have it mounted that high. And I'm not sure. I think maybe it should just be horizontal because otherwise it's coming up too high here. So I'm going to mark this out, and then I've got a hole punch, and then I can put it back on the bike and see how it fits. So what you're going to see here is the process of me figuring this out. So I cut off the back, and then I'm going to make something up here. I made this bike out of two bikes in 2001. I still haven't ridden it. It's very close. It just needs a spark. This is my cardboard. Okay. I've got to mount the spring onto here. So I've got a 5mm. I got a bolt here. I'm going to make something nicer, but got to put the bolt in there yet. So I need to drill the hole out. Okay. if I don't mount the spring, I don't know the angle. So it's kind of crucial. Okay. There we go. See how that works? So I think I need a little bit of tension. Not a whole lot. And if I look at the level, that's about level like that. I know I'm bending the cardboard quite a bit here. So I think that needs to go there. Look okay? All right, so there we can see the holes. So what I need to do now is to come up with a shape. Something coming down here. Maybe put a big hole in there or something. So spice it up a little bit. Okay, we'll go back to the bench. I'll undo these. I'm outlining the shape here of the switch. And then I'm going to figure out a shape for the mount. Okay, I'll just make a couple lines here and we'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't work, I got more metal. I can make another one. And sometimes that's what happens is I make something and then as soon as I've made it, I go, oh, I should have done that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just how things work sometimes. So what I'm looking for is shapes now. I mean, I could drill a whole series of holes in there, but I don't want to do that. So if I look at this, and the center, if I mark the center, it'll be easy to find a rough center. And then I've got a couple screws here, so I got 5mm screws. That's what's going to hold this in. You see how this one here has got a little bit of a slot? What that means is that this one here, I can move it a little bit like that. Increase the tension of the spring. That's a consideration. So I mark it out roughly, drill some holes. This will have to be done in the mill because it's a bit bigger. Anytime you do this, you always try and use the least amount of metal. That's what I think. Whatever. Okay, we'll just go here. Then we have to punch a hole there. If I get some vice grips, I can use this as a drill jig. Then I'm sure that I get exactly the same spacing I want. I'm going to cut that off first. Let's go over to the bandsaw. We'll cut that off. Then I'll have access for the vice grips. Drill those holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes to drill. Have to tap a couple, these two. that was really easy. Okay, let's see what happens here. One more cut. Should be good. Oh. I guess it got a little close. But, a couple little marks. Okay, that's it in the mill. You got to go off to the drill press and just put a little chamfer on there. Just a little. Okay, a little tapping here. Use my eyeball. And if this one doesn't work, I got lots more metal, so no big deal. It's a pretty simple job, but it still takes time. I was just mentioning it to Mitch. Last night I was awake at 2:30 in the morning. I'm thinking about this and how to make it and the piece that goes onto the spring, and I got something all figured out in my mind about the lathe and offsetting, and we'll see. I got the Dreadnought file. It's kind of like a wood file, but on aluminum it can work very nicely. Okay, so there's the mount. It's not hitting the brake rod at all. That's good. So let's put on this, and we'll see how it all fits together. See if I drill the holes in the right place. Oh yeah, looks. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Now I can tell what the space is out here because this is fixed now and the cardboard was really floppy. So let's just, I'm going to go to the other side and put the brake on, see what happens here. Okay, so I can fool around and I'm not sure if that's going far enough. See over here, I think that's the limit of where it goes to. I can shorten this, if I need to, I can shorten the spring. I'll put a bit of welding wire in there, but what we're going to do now is to make this piece here, because we're going to get rid of the Allen screw and the nuts. Okay, this is what I was thinking about. See this? 1/8 inch piece of flat bar. We're going to put it like that. So, when I spin it, it's not going to be centered, right? There we go. That's partly what I had in mind. Okay, so this has to go over there, and then I put it back in the chuck. I take out the spacer and I cut a little groove. That's what holds it. Okay, so it goes over. That's good. So this needs to be about 400 thou off the back. I'm going to wind it in by hand now. Okay. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Here's the wires that come down and connect to it. I'll do that later. And this has to be a little shorter, but that's okay for right now. Let's see what happens. There we go. We got a switch mounted. Only took an hour and a bit, that's all. Thanks very much for watching. We appreciate your support. Mitch and I like coffees. Please subscribe. See you next time.